Have you ever felt stuck, waiting for a breakthrough that just never seems to come? Maybe you're waiting for the right job, the right relationship, or just for things to finally get better. Today, I want to share a story about a man who knew that feeling all too well. He waited for 38 years. In Jerusalem, there was a special place called the Pool of Bethesda. It was surrounded by 5 beautiful covered porches, but it was also a place of great sadness. Hundreds of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, lay there day in and day out. They were all waiting for one thing, a miracle. The belief was that an angel would occasionally stir the water, and the first person to get in would be healed. Among the crowd was a man who had been paralyzed for 38 long years. Imagine that. Nearly for decades of watching, waiting, and hoping, he lay on his mat, his eyes fixed on the water. He probably saw others get their miracle, celebrating as they left the pool healed. But for him, it was always the same story. Every time the water stirred, someone else, someone faster or with more help, would get in before him. His hope, once a burning flame, had likely dwindled to a faint, flickering ember. Disappointment was his closest companion. Then one day, everything changed. A man named Jesus walked through the porches. He didn't come to stir the water or to perform some grand spectacle. He came for the one. His eyes fell on this man, the one who had been there longer than anyone could remember. Jesus knew his story without a single word being spoken. He saw the decades of pain, the silent prayers, the endless waiting. Jesus walked up to him and asked a question that seemed almost as simple, yet it cut straight to the heart. Do you want to be healed? Think about that question. Of course he wanted to be healed, but after 38 years, maybe the question wasn't about his desire, but about whether he still had any hope left. The man's reply is heartbreaking. He didn't just say yes, he explained his impossible situation. Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I'm trying to get in, someone else always goes down ahead of me. He was still focused on the old way of doing things, the method he thought was his only hope. He was looking at the pool, at his own weakness, at the lack of people to help him. He was looking everywhere but at the one who was standing right in front of him. And this is where the story takes an incredible turn. Jesus didn't offer to help him into the water. He didn't tell him to wait a little longer. He spoke 3 simple, powerful commands that shattered 38 years of sickness and despair. Jesus said, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." In that instant, something supernatural happened. Strength surged into his useless limbs. Life flooded back into his body. He wasn't just healed. He was made completely whole. Without hesitation, the man who had been paralyzed for 38 years stood up on his own 2 feet. He bent down, rolled up the mat that had been his prison for so long, and he walked. For the first time in nearly 4 decades, he walked. He didn't need the pool. He didn't need someone to carry him. All he needed was a single word from Jesus. This story is so powerful because it reminds us that our healing, our breakthrough, our miracle doesn't always come in the way we expect. We might be waiting for our own Pool of Bethesda, waiting for the market to change, for a certain person to help us, or for everything to be perfect. We fixate on the method, on the process, and we can miss the Master standing right beside us. Jesus shows us that his power isn't limited by our circumstances. He sees you when you feel overlooked. He knows how long you've been waiting, and he isn't bound by the systems of this world. His word is enough. So if you're feeling stuck today, if you feel like everyone else is getting ahead while you're left behind, remember the man at the pool. Stop looking at the water and look to Jesus. He is the one who can speak into your situation and say, "Get up and walk." He meets us right where we are, in our disappointment and delay, and he restores us in his perfect time. Thanks so much for watching. If this story touched you, Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that I hope will encourage you. See you next time!